Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to my channel at Railway Cottage Studios. It is a beautiful Saturday morning up here in Bundaberg, and it is a long weekend for us. It is the King's birthday holiday on Monday, so that's a bit of a bonus. So I am back down here with part 5 of Home is Where the Heart Is quilt, and I'm ready to just do a good solid hour of stitching down everything as it is so far. I'll just move Gordon over here. So I think in the last video I stitched all the way up here and I stitched down this gold trim. Today I'm just going to be starting in this corner and just working out. So I've got a heap of needles all ready to go. And I just stop and thread a lot of needles at once. I've got my trusty thimble. Kick off. Welcome. I hope you've had a great week and had a chance to do something crafty for yourself. I only had about an hour down here this week because first week back's always a bit crazy. And this one was a bit crazier than most, so that's all good. I'm just using this off-white crochet cotton that I got from Vinnie's to just stitch down this old trim that's here is as a as the stem of a flower. This trim does tend to come apart, so I do tend to kind of just do a stitch, not through it. Again, I want things to be really, I'm actually just going to capture that in there like that so it doesn't go anywhere. I'm not actually putting my needle between the fibers. I'm actually going over, down here. That's for the bottom one because it's coming off. So here I will go up between a few and just really make sure that I am making it really robust, which is a really good thing about these crochet cottons because they're really strong. So I've got a lovely day ahead, some stitching this morning, and I'm popping over to see my mum at 11, and then I think she's coming over later to have a look at what's happening in my garden. So her and I have both been collecting some conversation prints online, so she's had some arrive. So that'll be a fun. Isn't that what everyone does on their bank holiday weekend? And we'll just go through here. Just take that pin out and see what that looks like. Because again, I don't want things to hang off unless they're hanging off. Do you know what I mean? So yes, when you're stitching down, if you don't go all the way through to all of the layers to the back, you can get a bit of a sort of puffy effect when it's hanging because the fabric that it's hanging off will hang forward with it. So I tend to stitch everything through all the way through, and then it's just one big organic blob, which is very technical, but you know what I mean. So this bit's just about stitching. I've got a million ideas. I had a little play. Oh, I figured out a little play on Pinterest this morning with my coffee just to give me some inspiration for what I'm going to put on next. I love Pinterest. It's probably my favorite place to go and look for ideas, and I just go back into some of my folders that I've filed forever and see something and go, oh yes. And it's not copying. I think if you see an idea that someone's implemented in a different way and you can take part of it and make it work for you, I think that's what we all do all of the time, isn't it? I'm going to go through just a couple of these at a time. See how that's really frayed? And then what I will do is move this down a little bit just to cover that, but I will capture it like that. And I'm just going to go through here so that it's really secure. So other than that, I've got nothing on for the long weekend, which is just lovely. I hope to have whole day stitching either tomorrow or Monday, just depending what else is happening with the fan. But certainly a treat on a weekend to have that third day. You know, it is by the time you do the washing and do the groceries and do all the little runny roundy jobs, that's a day gone. Okay, one down. All right, two. I do also tend to not stitch something like this. I don't stitch it in the same place so that it doesn't look really uniform. If I was to stitch every bit there all the way down, then it would look really uniform. And there are some places where I do that. But for this, I want it to be puffy in some places, not in others. I don't want it to look uniform at all. So sometimes I'm kind of coming up here and catching those. And then the next bit I might catch the whole of the edge like this. I've chosen a thread here that disappears. Again, I don't tend to overthink it. Like this one, I already know that I want to use probably a red thread on that. And that's just what it's asking for, don't you think? A red thread. Trying very hard not to go op shopping today. Saving money for Christmas and for a trip to Japan next year. But it's very hard. You know, it's just on, and I think Kate and Nest had put a video up of a lovely haul of goodies she got from op shopping in Orange. And I was thinking, the op shopping itch started. So let's see if I can get through the whole weekend without scratching that itch. I mean, what if there's a really, really awesome house doily sitting somewhere that needs me? I'll talk myself down from there. Here we've frayed at the bottom, that's okay, but I do want to pull that in because I don't want it to get caught. I'm happy for it to be frayed, but I want it to be stay putty. I'm actually just going to go a stitch here. There, that's it. Ooh, it's very tough, that bottom bit. One more for good luck, just over here. And that is the stem stitched on. Can I use that thread anywhere? Yes, I can. Again, I don't like to tie off really little bits of thread. I'm just going to use this bit up, do some crosses up the side of the music. I seem to have run out of music fabric. I'll have to grab some more. I definitely want to feature that more in this quilt. My last cross, and then that uses all of that up. Nothing is wasted. The weather's turned a little bit and it's just starting to get hot now. Hot properly. So I think I'm flicking my fan on. I don't know what that will do to my sound. Let's just hope that it doesn't affect it too much. does tend to blow my things away a bit. Okay, so that's on. That's just popped on there with that. And the next thing we're doing is you. I lose a pin there, I must have. There it is. So the next thing I'm going to do is the blue all the way up, and I'm going to use some red for that. I want to do like a did I cut that? I think I just cut the air. I'm going to just run some horizontal big stitches all the way up the side of that. Sometimes I can see in my mind what I want, and sometimes I just start and it happens. Just I want that to kind of curve there. Is he going that way? No way. Quite like him that way. Big back road stitches, that's what we want. Just like that. So if you're somewhere wondering why we have a King's Birthday holiday, we are still part of the Commonwealth of Great Britain, even though we are a completely separate nation. So we still do have King's Birthday holiday, which is, King Charles of England, even though we are not part of the kingdom anymore. That's probably been, knowing Australians, it's probably been the one thing that stopped us becoming a republic, is that nobody wants to lose their public holiday. And just, again, varying the length, varying the angle a bit, trying not to line them up. It's actually quite hard sometimes not to line them up. So this bit of gingham is off of an apron that I picked up. It was either $1 or 50 cents. So, when you're thrifting and op shopping, always check out the apron basket and the serviette basket and the table runner basket, because that is where you can sometimes just find real treasures for ridiculously cheap amounts. And that's pure cotton. It's the most beautiful blue gingham, so I will use all of it. I'm not going to stitch that, or maybe one more. It's off, because I want the end to be loose. And I know when I go to stitch my edges, if I've got a bit of loose stuff, it really helps the joining. It actually helps. We can kind of overlap different pieces. It becomes invisible in the join. I'm hoping my audio is a bit better this time. I've taken a bit more care charging my microphone. I'm just going to add a random cross just because. So I ended up with, I've got quite a massive piece of this blue with the edging, because it goes all the way around that little apron. So, sort of thing I love to use. wonder who made it. Certainly does not even feel like it's been used, that little apron. Had a transplant. I'm going to go back and capture this bit here. All these pieces. I think when someone said to me, how do you know what to stitch next? I think don't stitch what is obvious for slow stitching. I think it's probably the best way to look at it. If it looks like it should go in the middle, then put it to the side. If it looks like it should be straight, then do 3 horizontally. That what's kind of works for me. Oh, there's my garage door going up. My husband home from helping with junior rugby this morning. He's off helping the juniors run around and learn how to play rugby. I'll do one more just here. Just off his outside bit there. Yeah. That bit is going to be covered by my gorgeous vintage yo-yo there, so I'm going to kind of go around it. Oh, there he goes. No one's going to break into my garage, are they? All right, I love that. That's looking great. I'm going to look for now, I want to continue the red up into my little puffy Suffolk puff here. I want to maybe do it either with a big red button. That's good. Look, I'm happy with that. Big red button. Cut off that red and save it on my needle. I don't know where my snips have gone. So that's that done. Look. Really simple. That's down, but it doesn't all look even. It's a bit up here, a bit down there, got a bit hanging off. This little guy will pull him down just a tiny millimeter. I'm just looking for something to go on you first. So I'll start with my buttons I have on my desk to start with. That little guy. Quite cute. No. And then I might have to go to the red basket. Sometimes you just need a little thing off center. What's that got on him? That is a, let's clean it up a bit over there. Oh, it's a little deer. It needs a bit of loving before I use it. I need a bit of a clean. What about that one? Nope. In here, I want to remember today that I haven't covered any buttons for this project yet. It's my little random hanging off things that I've got. The little brooches that I've collected. Yeah, that one, isn't that gorgeous? Yep. Beautiful. Nope, nothing there that I want. I might have a quick look at my 2 types of buttons. I'm going to do these. And wait for it. My red buttons. These are all my metallic-y ones. I'm just going to see if there's anything here that grabs me. Might be something shiny that I need. you night. Maybe I'll get that one out. You can tell I love buttons. Oh, there's another one of those. I'll definitely get those out. Home. Isn't that one gorgeous? Look. You could spend a whole day just looking at buttons. But I'm not going to get distracted. I have to be somewhere at 11. All right, so I'm going to just choose those little ones. Again, found something I like and stopped, because otherwise I know I go off on a hunt. I'm just going to do a bit of a roll with this. Get off for a minute, just to see. What is that shape? Oh, I thought it was a cat. All right, let's see. Is there anything I can't live without in here? I was on Etsy this morning and I saw someone had a whole bingo card full of vintage, different shaped hat buttons, like buttons shaped like hats. It's gorgeous. To convince myself to actually really didn't need them. That's interesting. Looking for something with a bit of texture or a funny shape or just something really interesting. I like that one. Which one would you pick out? Can you see? I like that one. So I picked out a couple of cloth covered ones. And I will cover some of my own fabrics. Ooh, I like him too. Last hunt. What's that one? Got two, that one. Oh, sorry, it's a bit hard to see with the button, I know. And that one I've got. I just always make myself put stuff back, otherwise I can't function because stuff gets everywhere. Okay, so I've got those three. Just thinking about what I actually really like that. Let's see, how would that look? Maybe at the top. Maybe a bit better on there. That looks for me. Okay. What do I want to do? No, I don't like any of that. I like that one though, so I'm going to stitch that one on first while I think about it. I just happen to have a brown ready, so I'm going to use brown. And this little Suffolk puff isn't stitched on yet, so I'm going to do that first. That pin is pinning down that little random bit as well. So move you down here at a jaunty angle. And you're on. Just being mindful that this is part of that kind of sort of as well. Oh, look, see, I want to cover that. There you go. Yeah, that's perfect. I'm actually going to go all the way around the puff first. I'm just going to do on the edge all the way. Must be needle. Oh, for goodness sake, what am I doing? I was thinking about something really exciting then and got distracted. Try it again. Try it again, Sam. So I'm just going to do this little stitch all the way around, making it visible. more visible than that. Yep. And literally this Suffolk puff is as he came out of my container. It was just bent over like this. He's been in there for a while, and that's just how I'm stitching it on. So now I'm just catching that little bit of doily edge behind as well. Make sure I'm catching him. Too far, he's stitched down. I'll go up in him first. I'm trying not to be straight. Fan's blowing all my things away. Just put something on top of my treasures. I lost my magpie. I'm hoping we can figure a way out to get some cool air down here for me this summer. I can't move upstairs. There's nowhere in my little house. There's just a little three bedrooms. My middle child's bedroom is really small. Single bathroom. That's it. Perfect. All we need. But there's no room for me to spread out like this upstairs, unless everyone just ate outside for the summer. Now I'm just capturing the base of this as well, so that it doesn't pop on out when I least expect it. Get under there, you. See, I've actually missed it. So I'm just going to pull that up. I want to hook you in there. That's it. A bit under there like that. Under there, go on. Go a bit higher. Now, okay, so hopefully that's captured the bottom of that little bit of trim, so it doesn't have the urge to pop out. And it's supposed to be going the whole way through. And I do tend to work in a corner and kind of finish it. Otherwise, just if I went ahead now and just stitched everything down without adding any embellishments, it'd be a bit boring. I'd probably lose interest. Decorative stitching and the finding the little treasures is, really the fun bit. Big one here, a bit crooked. One a bit straight there. You can see something about old Suffolk puffs. I don't know what it is. They're just fabulous. They just have a completely different feel when they've been bunged in a cupboard or a box or somebody's sewing table forever. It's really just a random wonky one. Maybe two wonky ones. Somebody asked me what my style was the other day, and I was trying to think, well, cottage, flea market. And in the end, I remember I'd read somewhere ages ago, someone used the term dilapidated sophistication. And I think that's what I'm aiming for. Beautiful things, that are worn and past their beauty date, but still just aged and have character. And loving it. Let me just think about what I'm going to do around the front here. Well, like that. So I'm actually just going to continue that stitch on along there, along the fold. Being careful not to unfold it by stitching it. And again, this little bit here is beginning to pop on out, so I'll just make sure I catch it in my sewing. This one's going to be in the middle, so it's not splitting them. Bring that down a little bit actually from the natural fold just to cover that. I'll use my finger. Now that little bit of music is up under there, that's okay. He can come along for the ride. Okay, so you're stitched down. That's how that's looking at the moment. I'm really happy with that. Again, I've got a bit of brown here, so I'm going to actually take this brown and do a bit of stitching up on here rather than waste it. Is it too far? Yeah. I'm going from there to there. And all I'm going to do is do some feature stitching in this corner, I think. Just some stitches that run parallel to the shape. Brisbane Craft and Quilt Festival's this weekend. Next weekend, sorry, this week. Here in Brisbane. I'm hoping to get there on the Saturday, but I may not. Unfortunately, we'll see. This one I'm just going to do little stitches quite close together, just brown, which is dark on the dark background. It's just too thick for me to be able to push it down and up in one. Okay. an upside down yo-yo. Quite thick there, that's kind of where the gather is. I like how puffy it is then when you stitch it close. It makes it really puffy and interesting. I'm going to keep the stitches close together in the bottom. Now I'm just going to kind of echo that, but a lot more randomly. No, I don't want that. There. I'm just going to stop in a minute and check that. Yes. Okay, so I capture it. I don't want it to be wrong. Yeah, I kind of want it to be in a bit of a bend, as if the wind's blowing. That's it. Is the tilt train heading past towards Brisbane? I'll go down the line now so I capture that bit of braid, trim, whatever it is, in a bag for convenience, whatever it is. I was hoping to stick my head into the nest in Brisbane on Saturday too, so I'll see how I go. That would be very exciting. I've only been there once and it was awesome. The nest is a bit like what you have in Sydney, sewing basket. We have just one in Brisbane, Vegas, which is the north side of Brisbane, and they do a fabulous job there. It's so well set up, and all the sewing, crafting, fabric, textile supplies you could want, all kept at a landfill and to be recycled and reloved by someone else. So it's right up my alley. Back through the braid. There we go. Ugh. I'm just going to go a bit more along the edge. More stitches and I'll tie this bit off. Quite like that. That's got a bit of a hump in it. That's good. Okay, so what have we done so far? Doesn't look like much, does it, for all that work? So I'm now going to stitch this bit down because it's asking for trouble just hanging there like that. I'm going to get a bit more of the thread because this is meant to be a continuation of this. I'm going to do it the same way, just with the side of ivory thread. That one's too small. And I'm having a think about what other embellishments I would like down here. I've pulled out these few buttons. I've got my little tray of little tiny bits of fabric, little seams that I like, Kathy Holland stuff, and then some just little cut pieces from conversation prints, usually creatures and people. This needle is not having it, but ready to just stitch these down. I'm just going to fix that bit. It's not working for me. And there you. There we go. Back off in there, buddy. I'm going to start here just to reinforce where I want that little bit to be. I need to stay right there. Thanks very much. On this side. Few layers there. It's got the doily thingy underneath as well. Life is a lot easier if you push your pins all the way in, just saying. You don't catch them like I do constantly. Haha. Yeah. I pulled that too tight. So now I'm going to go just actually up through this middle bit. This bit is tight against the background. That's it. There we go. If you can see, I'm just going to go through one of this side. Yeah. Basically back under itself there. There's some braid that you have to sew on different ways just because the braid itself will split. But that depends whether you want it to or not as well. I want this to look lumpy bumpy, not everywhere. So I've got this beautiful blue capure lace here that's off somebody's wedding dress in the family. I'm not sure. Somebody might be able to tell me. Come here, you go through there. And I've got a problem here, people. Oh, we go. I'm just thinking would be great just here. I've got a big whack of this. Auntie Norma, Auntie Brenda, someone's wedding dresses or bridesmaids dresses or something. And it's a great colour. It's really old. It's really textured and awesome. Okay, go straight up and across here. The equivalent of saying, calm down, sit down. There you go. That's it. Yep. How's that? See what I mean? That just made that settle down. So that is the cream done. I'm not going to keep working with that particular cream because I want to move on to some more little embellishments around that particular area. That off. Okay, so let's just look here. This is the blue capure lace that I have. Let's have a look at my little treasures. Half of them are blown away now from my fan. I've got these buttons, I've got treasures, I've got stuff everywhere. So I've got bits of trim. I love this. I'm thinking that I might even want one row of this. Let's see if I can just cut it into a row. What does that look like? I get that sort of scalloped edge along the top. Oh, I love that. So it's got that side and that side. I'm just wondering if either tuck some of this through here. We're not far enough in. I'm going to do this. Look. And go all the way through there. I basically cut that down to there. Hopefully I can just. Right, that side, that side. I want it further across than that. Let's see. Nope, not there. Not that two there. No, I want that there. I want it somewhere though. Maybe it needs to be around this like a halo. Don't mind that. See my floor, honestly. Don't look, actually, it's embarrassing. I'm just going to cut this like a little flower stameny thingy. Even better that way. All right, that works for me. Blue and blue, but I'm okay with that because I'll use some embellishment in the background. I will definitely use this piece somewhere else. I'm just going to roll the top down a bit because I don't want it to get scrunched. All my pins. I focused on this bit here. Okay, that's working for me so far. Sorry, I'll bring these over so you can see. This is just a little tray with offcuts that I've kept when I've been doing other parts. Maybe you need more red. No, I don't want red there. I'm going to do a maybe pile. Go from there, maybe. It's just a fabric I love. It's really old, so it's maybe. I don't want you there. And these are some of the offcuts of the conversation print. So let's have a look. And this is where the heart is. Little bees, nice. Let's have little flowers. These are all the ones that are the patterns rather than the things, you know. See, you need every piece. Like literally, I will use that. So do not throw stuff away. I like that one as well. I don't want a dog in this corner. I've done a few dogs now. What else do I want? Look where my other stamps are. Yeah, it's kind of vase shaped, isn't it? Or a pot plant shape. All right, what else is under here? Oh. What else is grabbing me? Is that a pink rabbit? He's cute, maybe? And then I have somewhere. All right, nothing else there is cool. Grabbing me. Don't mind him, that one's too big. You kind of end up with all of these trays, and I start with one and then I have lots, but that's okay. I don't waste anything. I love this little dolly. It might have a home there with its picket fence. If that's not home is where the heart is, I don't know what is. And that's just an old quilt, cutter quilt that I found. I'll put you there. Last dig through my here. These are kind of all the doily bits that are useful still as whole things, aren't they? No, those, you can cut one of those off. Let's have a look. know it when I see it. Maybe some hexies. There's another, isn't that fabulous? Definitely put that one on somewhere. Old heart as well. Maybe I can go in the maybe file. Nope, nope. A yellow doily. I really quite like these bits cut out of this doily flower, so I'll keep that there as a maybe two. There's one, I might need two. Let's see other bits here. No, three of those. Tea dyed bits. Look, see, save every bit. And then this is a little hat brooch. Look how gorgeous that is. That'd be perfect for Roxy's general stitching. It's actually a little pin cushion, but I'm just going to use it like a brooch. I don't want it to look Mexican. Write that down again. Sun hat. All right. So I've got some few bits and pieces. As you can see, they're literally tiny bits and pieces. But that's why you have to save everything. I see some people online chucking all the edges of their doilies in the bin that they're not using. Oh, send them to a slow stitcher near you. They will love them. And I've just got to put some of these things under so they don't fly away. All right, so I have selected some things to play with over here. I actually quite like that still. I think I'm going to, I want him up there. I think he has to just go there like that. Here, do I want yellow like that? That's actually pretty awesome. Or do I want the quiet, what did I have first? I don't even remember the blue. Actually, I'm going to go with that. I think I even had it that way, so it was a different shape. Like that, hanging off. There we go. So then up here, behind, I've got this little bee that's looking for a home, and I've got this little bit of doily. So that's not stitched on yet. Right there, I'm happy for that to overlap over the top. Now what I'll do is put this one on this side, that it feels part of the layer rather than on top. Back on there. Yeah, that works for me. Here, and then maybe do I want a couple more of those or not? Let's try it and see what happens. Time 10:30. Again, don't be afraid to deconstruct your stuff. Cut it up. What's the worst that can happen? It's not being used anyway. If you don't like it, put it away. You'll use it for something else. No, it's not doing it for me. Alright, so I could simply go that. Yep, that works for me. This is a yellow doily, crochet doily that I found. I do love it when I find coloured ones. They're just few and far between. So if you see them, grab them and use every single bit like I do. So here I don't want more doily bits there, though. I want some fabric. So I'm going to just look at my piles of things I love over here. I've got this gorgeous, and I don't think I want more French red because I got that there. I'm going to look at some sort of randomy bits, possibly, God forbid, leopard skin. That's what I need. That's what's wrong. I haven't got any leopard skin on there. Aha! I've got one. I'm literally just going to cut that down so it fits under my, I don't even know that I'm going to do that. Stick that there like that. Home is where the heart is because I love leopard skin. Make that a bit grungy. All beaten up. Leopard that's had a hard day. Okay, that's under there, that little guy, it's okay. And a bit more to there. So that's that. It's working for me down here. I'm just looking down here. What I'll probably do here is some stitching, but I also will do some bit of, I'll even just run that along there like that. Okay. Oh, there. Yeah. Yep, that's good. I've got my little bee. If you want a conversation print is, it's kind of things like this that have, they're originally called shirtings from what I've learned. Kind of late 19th century. These are some really different ones. There's a guy on a sled. They usually feature a little image like that. That's a little cricket playing. Cool, they're little clown ones. These are just offcuts of ones that I've got that I'm saving. I love them. There's just something about them. So I've got this little butterfly fabric. I've got quite a bit of blue there, so I don't know that he's going to do it for me there. So I'm going to pop that over here for now. Cut my bee down a bit. And I kind of want him a little oval thing here. I don't want round, I want square or rectangular. And then I'm going to sew around him with a really contrasting colour inner circle. That makes sense? Now let me just do this a bit. Where are you going to be? Yeah. Tuck him under there a bit. Maybe. Yeah. Like that. Maybe you're over here. Nope. Got to be here somewhere. I can feel it. Maybe I was right the first time. Cut that a little bit closer. Right in there. How's your go? Just a bit. I want to see that bit of stitching there. Okay, that works. I'm happy with him there. Yeah, there like that. That's good. This lovely mushroom and a heart. They're not going to go anywhere for me. Oh, no, not for you there. Again, when I say I use every inch, I do. Look, see, he's perfect there. It's cut off on one side, so he can just tuck under. Right, so I'm going to sew those few things down, and then I probably will have to go because I've got to be somewhere for 10 past 11. What am I going to use for my green? I'm going to use this in big cross stitches. There's my thimble. I'm literally going to just catch it. Start just off it. See if this works. I want the stitch to go to there. See what Okay, that's good. I'm going to come on, and I'm just going to catch a bit of that so it doesn't appear on me. Sorry, move my bits out the way. And then I'm going to go above it so that it's in line with the other stitch. Oh, come here. That's it. I'm going to go here. I want that bit to stay in this cross. Yep. Awesome. Then I'm going to capture this bit in this cross. Ooh. How's that look? I'm happy with that. I don't know, I always think if you've got something you want to put on and you can't figure a way to hide the stitches, go big and bold and just feature them. Not that I tend to hide a lot of stitching, but every now and then, that's it. If I get these little bits on before I go, that'd be great. Come down there into this corner being quite well and truly on its way, ready for some stitching to fill the gaps. And I always come back once the rest of the panel's done, just to make sure it's all balanced. There we go. So that is the green stitched on. Tie that off at the corner here. See, I don't want, seeing if I could keep going with that thread, but I'm not going to. Tie that off quite well here. So that is the little remnant of green on, and like that little piece has made such a difference. And it's just a really tiny offcut. Keep everything. Okay, be a bit of a hoarder of beautiful things. I'm going to stitch this guy on first. I'm going to go under here. I'm actually going to stitch this under here. You can't see it. Talk about hiding stitches. I'm going to stitch him right along, close under there as I can get. Let's actually put my needle through first and then bung him on. Oops, push him on, tuck him under there. My little dog coming back wherever he's been. So this is going to be stitched underneath the edge of this little blue stem, and then there won't be any other stitching on this. Make sure he's well and truly captured. I don't want him to fly away on me at some point. And I'm just going to go back down along him again in the gaps in my straight stitch. Just in case that edge frays. So he's got a double line of stitching along, and I want his bottom to be down, and it's not. Yeah. In there. Done. That's him done. A little bee, that's good. That's a bit of interest there. I'm going to keep that thread and pop up to do my gorgeous. I think I want him just there, a little bit lower, so we're right through the middle then. Okay. Yep, here's the gouge. Three for good luck, hey? Even though it's a strong thread, I always like to use three. Mrs. Sutton taught me in grade 10 economics. Hi, Jeffrey. It's just home from rugby. Okay, so that's him done. Now, I'm just going to stitch him on first so that I can then work second layer. I'm literally just going to do a couple of big stitches. I've just gone across the back from there. That's okay. And this is literally going to be top long stitches to hold him down, maybe to about there. Just a bit of a fan shaped stitch. Just to keep him in place. Rather than decorative. Then I'm going to put this little bit of Capua lace on, and I will probably then do some either contrasting stitches around it or not, as the case may be. Again, I don't go to the edge, just need to tuck or stitch under. If this is going, which way did we decide? Right there. I like these like this. So I'm actually going to stitch that just a little stitch up here in place. Nearly there. This one over here. So it's as spread out as I want it to be when I'm working on the little lacy bit. And I think I definitely need some sort of contrast thread for him because it's all blue, everything's blue. Tie. And while I've got this one going, I'm just going to go along the bottom of this. Just I'm going to run along the spin around a bit. Just going to run along the bottom of the doily, just because I've got that little bit of thread left and it needs to be stitched down. I'm just going to go along here. And just for attachment, not for decoration. The pins I can take out, the better. I tend to get frustrated with them when you're doing big thread stitching and you capture them all the time. So then that last one can go there on top of that soffit puff. And then the soffit puff, the little one's going to go on top of him. All right, now I can tie off. Alrighty, so let's just spin you around again. Come back to this bit that we're focused on. So that's on, he's on. Lost me a bit of capure lace, there he is. That's just stitched there, but all of this is on. I'm going to do some more decorative stitching in here. I might just do even the cream in the background, but just give it some texture. And we'll probably maybe even pop one of these little guys in there, like this. Somewhere in there, might just be doing his thing in the background. And I'm probably going to add some buttons and things, but I'll show you all of that. Pin him back through. And this guy, I can't decide. Do I want him to hang out like that? I think I need him to go up. Maybe I need him to go up further up. Down. Now I'm going to stop thinking about it and just stitch it on. Usually the best way. I've actually got a needle with some silk ribbon on it. I'm going to use that on there. That's just what I had left from doing something else. I can't remember what. I'm just going to put a knot at one end. And I probably will only get 1 or 2 stitches, but that's okay. Sometimes you just got to stop thinking about it and do it. So do I want to go, I might see if I can get 3 stitches from, yeah, so from there, I'll do one big one up the middle. I'm going to kind of straighten that so I get the full width of it, if you know what I mean, so it's not so twisted. So you can see it. Yep. Yeah, not perfect, but better. And then one to the side. Oops. Oh no, it came off. Yeah. Now I have to thread it again, bugger. Hold on. Ooh, is it going to go through? It worked first time. It's meant to be. And then I'm going to come over here and do a 3rd stitch. And I'll go through there. Yeah, that's it. Oh no, did I pull it out? No. Again, that is going to go up to here. Let's just see what I've got left. I'm happy with that. That's okay. I need to. I don't like how this is all sticky uppy here, so I'll have to have a think about that. I wonder if I can use blue this bit to just do kind of line up with what I've done. Let's see if I can kind of go tuck it in kind of thing. Okay, that's okay. I might just have enough, everybody. Come on. Look at that. Am I going to be lucky the second time? There. I am going to try. I'm going in. Oh, that's not going to go on my needle. The thing about this ribbon is when it goes through 65 layers like this, it's not going anywhere. And because it's actually decorative rather than now, you know, actually having a function, if I can't tie a big knot in it, I'm not going to worry too badly. I'd rather just get this additional stitch in so that it looks like it's down. Oh, look at that. and tied. Okay, that makes me a lot happier. I do want to pull that bit tighter though. This bit here. Let's just see. That's the second stitch that I did. Just see what I've done there. Is that one? That work? Yes. Alrighty, and I actually may even tie under. So I've actually gone through the ribbon with my needle there so that it's not going anywhere, like actually gone through. So that is that. Let's have a look. Yep, I'm happy with that. That little guy will get stitched down so he doesn't move too much. 52. I've got time to do one more little thing. I'm just going to use something that's already on. I've got some red. I want red. Is there a gold done? I got red and black on at the moment. Okay, let's use red. I'm going to use red up here for this guy to sew him on. So horizontally, not be predictable. So what I might do. Come on, you, come through. I'm just going to sew probably some lines of straight stitch across here. I don't want to echo the shape of this. I want it just to be really for some interest. Because when my thimble becomes really handy, I'm pushing it up with it at the bottom. It's going through many, many layers there. And then I don't want it to be, I'm just going to go off the circle a little bit. Extra stitch there. I don't know why, I just am. And here. Alright, I'm nearly done. I'm going to do a few more rows of red and then I'm going to tap out for a few hours and go and do some jobs. I'll get to the library before it closes and meet a friend for coffee. And then the rest of my weekend is free. So I will definitely meet you back here. Time 5-2. One more little row underneath. Just like that. So that's all I'm doing for the red. I'm actually going to leave that red thread attached though because I'm not sure if I'm done. But I need to just leave it for now and see it with fresh eyes when I get back. So that's what I was up to. I don't know how much time that was, but you can see why it's called slow stitch. I do still have this pinned here because it's buffy, because I will put some stitching and stuff in there to stop it being buffy. It might even quilt it, we'll see what else happens. So what I've got left to do in this corner, I've got these to pop on, and then I've got some background work to do here, my little butterfly. and then deciding what I want to do on this urn and sew him down. So thank you so much for joining me. Sorry about the background noise, but that's just being at home, isn't it, with everybody here. So I will see you again a bit later.